My name's Lindsey Rowe. I work as the Chief of Staff for our Chief Operating Officer within the UK, and I'm also on the steering committee for Future Talent, which covers everything from our work experience programme, internship and placements, and then our graduates and academy programme. So we started around 8 years ago with actually one placement student, and now we're at numbers of topping nearly 80. The reason they're important for SAP is how they change our way of thinking. So each time they're coming into the business, they're not just providing a role, they're actually providing new ideas, new skills to our particular teams, and challenging how we work. So that's the key for me in particular, is they change our way of thinking and our business processes. Often when you're so involved in them, you think it's the only way. They come in with new ways of doing things and kind of questioning that status quo. And also just bring totally different diversity. So they're coming from every single university across the UK, different social backgrounds. So we just get a real variety in our workplace. And with so many of them coming in, it really makes a difference to SAP. You can feel a tangible change by having placement students. I think it gives them an incredible start with their career. So they will start out much further on than a classic graduate that hasn't done a placement year, and I think it gives them a real insight to where they want their career to go. I always say if they do 13 months with us and realise that's not where they want their career to go, then it's still been a success. It's given them an idea of where they want to focus in on. I've even had people that have wanted to go on to work in TV and that sort of thing, but at least we've helped shape that for them. So I think 13 months gives them an ability to put into practice the theory that they're learning in university and seeing really the difference in business and how some of that theory plays out. I think it makes a real difference to how we view that, especially if they've done a placement with us. In some respects, it's almost like a 13-month interview with SAP. They're able to demonstrate certain skills. They might not go back into the role that they were doing, but it allows us to know that they've learned our business. So it massively makes them stand out as a graduate. But equally, if we see other people coming from who've done placements, we know they've taken that time, because it's a massive investment on their part. It's an additional year of study and time with SAP or another company. So we do know that they've really taken it seriously. I've been very fortunate to have a number of students come from Royal Holloway. Last year in particular we had Hannah Freeman and Katharine Thomas focusing in our MD office and HR. So two very, very different roles, and they were able to really get to touch some very specific parts of the business and some very senior parts of the business as well. And then we're very fortunate this year to have Andrea Tortaro, he's based in our regional team, and he's one of our absolute standout students that we've had over the last few years. So yeah, we have been very fortunate to spend time with Royal Holloway. I think if they're interested in SAP or a placement to speak to us, we'd be more than happy as they're planning, if they want to come for an insight day or even a morning, to just get a feel for what our culture's like in our office, and to see what an placement in tech could be like. So we often see people think they have to be studying computer science to get into technology. Our students come in studying geography, business management, politics. It's really about the individual rather than what they're studying and what their passions are. So my recommendation would be talk to us, reach out to us on LinkedIn, and come and ask. We'd love to welcome them to see what it's like before applying. Also, we've got blogs available on Rate My Placement, so they can start to get a feel really. But ask us about role types. There's many on there. So my main tip would just be come and ask us. I think the skills really are just being very open, knowing that coming in that they've got a massive learning curve, so that they're just open for that. And the skills we're looking for is that they can bring fresh ideas to SAP. So everything else I feel we can teach them. So if they're going to be using software, we'll teach them all of those bits. The one bit we can't do is the openness and that growth mindset. So that's really the skills we're looking for, and a passion that you really get once you start the sort of telephone interviews and assessment centres. That's when people typically stand out. And again, we'd be more than happy to give people tips on how to get through an assessment centre with SAP.